Okay, so I managed to get an interview with Drew all about XCOM. Drew, what is XCOM?
So XCOM is a story about an alien invasion into the United States, starting in the 60s, 1962 actually. And really, it's an origin story. It's a retelling of the traditional game in a new space. You know, along the lines of like a Batman Begins or a Battlestar Galactica. We'd like to say we looked at the original XCOM and we're huge fans of that game, and it was just Morgan specifically, another gentleman, the presenter in there, is like maybe the biggest fan of XCOM. But really, we want to take the pillars of gameplay, what we thought was really important in that game, and what was important. So we had the base strategy and tactical combat. So we took that model, incorporated it. We took the fear and the terror of the unknown, which is a huge part of the original XCOM, and then finally, using alien technology and subverting that to our own cause. So we're going in, we're researching, we're discovering new things, and we're fighting the aliens with their own stuff.
Now, with your visual presentation that you chose to use for this, are you worried when, like you got BioShock Infinite across the hall, and are you worried about the path that you chose with this game?
Not at all. For us, we chose that kind of Rockwellian, aesthetic for the game, and we think it's stylized and has some really cool visual effects, and we really like it, so we're not so worried about it.
Now, sadly, I was a little jaded going into the presentation. I was like, okay, I saw this trailer. They made it a first-person shooter. What are they doing? And I think that might be a problem. People are just going to write it off as a first-person shooter. What would you say to those people to reassure them that this still is like the original XCOM?
It's a good question, and it's something we think very hard about, and we're concerned with too. And we're trying to make smart design choices to answer those questions, or that question in general. And as I talked about before, the pillars of the game, it's the taking your base, forming your strategy on what you're going to do, choosing your missions, going out, capturing the alien technology, capturing aliens themselves, subverting, right, reusing that, going through research, spending spending stuff on scientific projects, so getting new weapons and things like that, and then taking your agents and building up your agents over time with experience. So we think that we've captured what's really interesting in those aspects, and on top of that, the tactical combat, which you're going out and we've recreated kind of a first-person view of the XCOM battlescape.
So you have two agents at a time. Now, are these just faceless agents, or do you get connected to them? Now, I'm a big Mass Effect fan, so I'll use it as an example again. Sure. But like, you got stories of Liara and Tali and all these people. Are your characters going to have that sort of depth?
That's a good question, and we're not ready to talk too much about the characters yet. I would say that in the overall, they're more the agency you put in them is through how you're building them up, and not as much as in personality per se. But that's not to say that we're not totally done tweaking those guys. So we're not right there yet. So I don't have too much to say on it.
So they're like, I was listening to one of the other interviews, and it made them just sound like, they're just a faceless tool that you'll utilize as necessary. So are they not that, or is that kind of?
When you say faceless tool, I think that for me, when I'm putting time into something and building it up, then it becomes, yes, certainly a tool. And the agent and your characters in Mass Effect are also tools, right? They're tools to help you achieve whatever goals you're going for in the mission you're on. Really, when you're investing in them, that builds value, and that makes them not faceless. You have an attachment to them, so that.
You have the attachment to them because of the time and effort you put into building up their character, but it's not like, man, I really wanted to bang Miranda, so like nothing like that.
No, and honestly, if anyone wants to bang one of their agents, yeah.
Now that the Wii U has been announced, have you guys thought about developing for that platform?
I did not know about the Wii U until today. Was that today it was announced?
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, literally today. I don't know. I don't know what the corporate strategy would be for that. We are releasing on 360, PS3, and PC. So if there's an opportunity on the Wii U and it could be made there, and the company thinks it's a good idea, that's a possibility. But I have no idea.
Okay, last question. There's the coolest thing I saw in this game that hooked me on it and sold me on it, because I was worried about the graphics and everything, and I realized that's not what it's about. This is the cool thing, and it's capturing alien technology. You capture like skyscraper-sized weapons, and you utilize them against your enemies, and it blows shit up. It is great. What kind of stuff are the players going to see?
So, all we're going to talk about now is there's a turret in the demo that you capture and redeploy, in which does some pretty awesome damage against the aliens that are set up against you, and then you capture the Titan a little bit after that. And we went from last year's demo where the Titan was this unstoppable force, and now we've kind of taken that a step further and said it is an unstoppable force that can be stopped and repurposed to be unstoppable for you. Something that can really help the player out. So I mean, we're looking to make the game about these kinds of core pillars and really figuring out how to capture, what to capture, and how to use it.
Can you do your best impression of the turret like attacking somebody? Just do it once. It'll be fun.
Yes. You know what? I'll do it for you.
Okay. All right.
That's probably my best.
No explosion.
Well, I was hoping that you would fill in the explosion part. You want me to do it again? I can do it again with you filling the explosion.
All right, we'll do it together.
Ready? That was good.